That's it.
Everyone out?
Everyone except our man. His window's on the 3rd floor, next to the fire escape.
What time do you have?
10 to 6, sir. You know, I'm worried if we wait much longer, we're going to blow this whole thing. Let's go in, take Shields now, and worry about Mr. Big later.
Well, let's give it a few minutes longer. You sure Triggermundo said he'd be here?
Trig's good. If he says Mr. Big will be here, he'll be here.
Read me that message again.
Tell Mother I'm okay. I won't be acting like a dope much longer. Tell her I deserve an award for patience. Yes, sir, that's it. Frankly, I don't know what it means.
Mr. Big's supposed to be here at 5. It's almost 6. All right, let's go.
All units, this is Inspector Hines. The word is go. Repeat, the word is go. Above your head. Your hands above your head. Come on, Billy, you're surrounded.
Play this through your horn?
Hold your fire.
No firing. Wait for my signal. No firing.
Shields, this is the police commissioner. Listen very carefully. If somebody gets hurt, the charges against you are going to be much worse than they already are. So come on out with your hands over your head. I'll give you just 1 minute. 1 minute, Shields, that's all. Time in.
Seconds.
How many exits out of there?
Just front and back. They're both covered.
Didn't there used to be a building where that parking lot is?
Yeah, I think so, sir.
10 seconds left.
Hey, wait a minute. All these buildings connect. Gentlemen, I think we're guarding an empty building.
I'll check it out, sir. Wait a minute, Charlie. Take somebody with you. Get your men in those buildings. Go.
Commissioner?
should have been more careful.
Commissioner! Commissioner?
Hi, Charlie.
You got hit pretty good, sir.
I know.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay.
Are you in pain, sir?
Not too bad.
Commissioner, I phoned Mrs. McMillan. She knows. It's just been a few minutes.
Haven't they said anything?
No, nothing yet. Mrs. McMillan. This whole thing is my fault. It was supposed to be me, but he just pushed me out of the way.
Charlie, don't make things different on yourself than they already are, okay?
Okay. Want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. Oh, Meg. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, Meg.
That slug is awfully close to the artery. We better do it upstairs. Why don't you put a dressing on it, and I'll go tell them what's happening.
How is he?
Oh, he's stable right now. We've located the slug, but we can't take it out here. I've got an OR and a surgical team coming free in 40 minutes.
Can it wait that long?
It'll take at least that long to get him ready.
Can I see him?
I suppose so. Just for a minute, please.
How do you feel? The doctor says that you're gonna be fine. They're taking you up to surgery now. I love you, Meg.
I'm sorry. Gotta go now.
Better leave him out here for a minute. There's no room in the passageway.
He's been given a pre-op. He should be out soon.
Check the rails. You ready?
Couple of minutes, Doctor.
They're not ready yet. You might as well shut down for a few minutes.
Yes?
Room 440, please.
I'll be right there.
Now get rid of the other one.
He's breathing okay. I'll stay with him a few minutes more.
Commissioner McMillan. He's on the floor, losing a lot of blood.
We'll be right out.
No. Just take it easy. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get him up on the table.
Just try and relax.
I the rails.
I did. They were in place.
So why was he left alone in the hallway?
Because they didn't want to block the inside corridor.
Then you should have instructed one of the nurses.
Doctor, I guess
I'm going to report this to the board. We're going to take you in now.
No.
Just relax.
You'll be asleep in a minute. Just relax.
Okay, get the ID going. Take off the dressing. Let's take a look at it.
No. Look close. Call and write. Young man in the hospital. Room.
It's okay.
411.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to take care of you. You're going to be all right. Okay, go ahead.
What did he want?
I don't know. Something about call and write to the head man in the hospital.
Hi.
Feeling.
Like the bottom of a birdcage.
Hi, Commish.
Hi, Mildred.
You had us worried there for a while.
I had me worried, too, but I'm fine.
You were lucky. So was I.
Are they taking good care of you here?
Yes, Mildred, just fine.
Good. I made you some soup.
Thank you.
Ought to get you back on your feet.
Well, now I suppose you can tell us why the commissioner of police was on a drug raid. Next thing you know, you're going to be giving out traffic tickets.
It wasn't just a drug raid. The head of the biggest dope ring in the state, a man called the Possum.
Oh, hey, that's a cute name.
Do you know who he is?
We don't know anything about him. We haven't even gotten close. Anyway, he was supposed to be there.
Oh, I get it. So you thought it would be nice for the top good guy to be on hand to greet the top bad guy, right?
We've been after him for over a year. And then we got a break, a big delivery.
So instead of a large amount of heroin, you wound up with a small amount of lead, right?
Mac, Sergeant Enright is outside.
What's he doing outside?
Well, he's just off. Come on in, Sergeant.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi. I brought these for you.
They're beautiful. Let me put some more on.
You're sorry, you don't know how to say it. And you've been feeling guilty ever since. You'd do the same thing if the situation were reversed.
I wish the situation were reversed.
So do I. Oh.
Sir, I just want to tell you that I'm so...
Charlie, forget it. You were doing your job, and I was doing mine, so that's all there is to it.
Thank you, sir.
Remember that the next time I burn your dinner.
Bring me up to date. Sit down.
No, thank you, sir. I would prefer to stand. I get very nervous when I'm sitting down in a hospital.
Lying down in a hospital makes me nervous.
Well, I know it sounds silly, but you see, sir, once when I was a kid, I was sitting down in a hospital corridor. And all of a sudden, this doctor comes by, and he stuck a thermometer in my mouth. And the next thing I know, I've got a fever of 104 degrees, and they've yanked my tonsils out.
Well, unless they've grown back, chances are you're safe. Sit down.
But I still have my appendix.
Stand.
Thank you.
Now tell me.
Okay. Sir, on 4 other simultaneous raids, we arrested 8 pushers, got some guns, and very little junk. You see, sir, they were waiting for Shields to make a delivery.
What about Shields? Has he talked?
No, sir. but his lawyer sure has. He's been screaming that there's no probable cause for the arrest.
Probable cause? What is this? Chicken soup? No offense, Mother.
Just make sure it doesn't all leak out.
You see, sir, Shields' lawyer was at the station house even before we got back there with Shields. That means the Trigamundo's cover was blown even before the raid. They were wise to us.
Well, that's why the possum didn't show. What about Trigamundo? Any word?
No, sir, nothing.
What about the coded message?
Well, I've got 2 boys working on it, but all they're coming up with is nothing.
Mac, you only had surgery a day and a half ago. You should be relaxing. You're not supposed to be sitting around talking about police business.
What did you say?
You're supposed to be relaxing.
No. When was my operation?
Day before yesterday.
This isn't Thursday?
No, Mac, it's Friday.
I know I should have brought him fish.
What happened to Thursday?
Well, you slept through Thursday.
All day?
You were unconscious for 36 hours.
You're getting shot can be very tiring.
I slept all day?
What's the matter?
I don't know. You ever had a dream that you've known you had and then you couldn't put your finger on it?
Yeah.
Well, what's the matter?
Commissioner, I'm Dr. Eisner. I was the surgeon for your operation. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Good. How are you today?
Relieved.
Yes, I should think. You know, that slug was very close to an artery.
You saved the slug, I hope.
Sir, I've already vouchered that in the ballistics lab.
Oh, good.
I'm just between operations right now, but when I heard you'd regained consciousness, I thought I'd look in on you. You know that scrape on your arm? I didn't miss with my scalpel. You had a little accident.
Accident?
Yes, I'm afraid it's a little embarrassing.
Never seen so many flowers in my life. Who died? I guess if you're somebody really important, you don't have to die to get flowers.
Commissioner, this is Dr. Vale. He assisted me in the operation.
Commissioner?
What's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. Wait a minute. Somebody did die. I saw it. I saw murder.
What?
Right here in this hospital. 2 men dressed in green. We're smothering another man to death with a pillow.
Where, sir?
I don't know. In one of the rooms.
You were in somebody's room?
But you were unconscious. How'd you get there?
I don't know. I must have walked. I heard a noise, and it awakened me. I know this sounds weird, but I remember it.
What else do you remember?
2 men, dressed in green. I lunged at them, fell into them, and then I passed out. That's just about all I remember.
Now, would you like me to tell you what really happened?
You don't believe me?
Oh, I think that what you think you saw was very real, Commissioner, but you were hallucinating. You had a serious wound, you were in a state of shock, and you were heavily sedated. The sedation alone would account for hallucinations.
But I saw it.
Hallucinations can sometimes seem to be very real.
Look, you say you remember falling. Is that right? Well, I'm afraid you really did fall. That accounts for the scrape on your arm. But you weren't walking into a room. You fell off the gurney. We found you lying next to it.
You mean he was left alone?
No. I instructed the on-duty nurse to keep an eye on him, but she had an emergency that took her off her station for a few minutes.
Anyway, the shock of the fall ended the hallucination. That's why it's the last thing you remember.
It can't be.
Take my word. It is.
Some of our patients may choke when they see their bills, but we don't smother them with pillows.
You know, Commissioner, you're still groggy. It's going to take you a few days to get it all together. Meantime, I think we should all call it a day. You need all the sleep you can get.
He's right.
I'll look in on you later. One more minute.
Okay.
I'll wait outside, too, sir.
See you tomorrow, Commissioner.
Thanks, Mildred. And Charlie, let me know if you hear any more on Trigamundo.
I will, sir.
Now listen, I want you to sleep tight. I'm going to be here in the morning, and no more thinking about Trigamundo. You really had me worried, Mac.
I'll try not to stand in front of any more moving bullets.
And listen, you, if you're going to have any more hallucinations, how about dreaming one up about me?
Oh, I was thinking more of the long, willowy blonde.
Well, why don't you go back to the one with the guy in the pillow? I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and tell that nurse to give you back your wedding ring. I don't like you hanging around the hospital without it on.
Oh.
You really think you saw a murder, don't you, Mac?
Yes, I did.
Well, then, as far as I'm concerned, you saw a murder. Now all we got to do is prove it. Love you.
Dr. Baldwin. Paging Dr. Baldwin. Report to emergency room. Stat.
Hi, Roz.
Hi, Dr. Vale.
Hey, Roz, what time do you get off work tonight?
I'm through at 4, and I come back on at midnight. Why?
Well, what do you say to a little dinner tonight?
Dinner?
Sure. Well, we've never really gotten a chance to know each other, and I think it's time we change that.
Oh, that's sort of like... Ow.
Hey, careful. Better?
Much.
Shall we say we'll meet in the parking lot at 5?
I'll be there, Jim.
Oh, hey, Roz, has anybody talked to you about the other night?
Which other night?
Yeah, about McMillan falling off his gurney.
No?
If anyone wants to know, I asked you to keep an eye on him.
But you didn't.
I know, but what's the difference?
Well, couldn't I be blamed for his accident?
Well, no. You had that emergency in room 440, and well, you had to leave your station.
That's true.
5 o'clock in the parking lot.
Oh, Jim? How about 5:30 at my apartment?
Dr. Bank. Paging Dr. Bank. Report to nurse's station. Stat.
Commissioner, and where do we think we're going?
Oh, I thought I'd just take a little walk.
Oh, we did we?
Yes. Don't you know that when women give birth nowadays, why, they're up and around the very next day. They say it's the best thing.
Well, Commissioner, you had more like a cesarean. And when the offspring is a healthy bullet and the mother has lost as much blood as you have, walking around is frowned upon, at least for a week. Now, are we all quite clear on that point? Mm-hmm.
Mind your own business.
Hello, Commissioner.
Operator, I want the desk on the 4th floor, please. East wing. Yes, this is Dr. Gunther. Would you send Nurse Fisher to my office immediately, please? Thank you. Radiology.
Scholler, please report to room 428. Dr. Scholler, please report to room 428. Dr. Baldwin, paging Dr. Baldwin, report to emergency room, stat.
I'm sorry, I must have the wrong room.
Oh, so what? Come in anyway. Haven't had a visitor in 2 days. Carl Bruin's the name.
Stuart McMillan.
Oh, yeah, the commissioner. I saw you on the news. I thought the police commissioner just sat behind a big desk all day.
He should.
You hurt bad?
No, I'll be all right.
I'll give you 2 guesses why I'm here.
Well, let's see. Broken leg?
Ah, you read my chart.
Do you mind telling me how long you've been in here?
Like this? Let's see. 5 days. Broke it Monday.
Have you been out of this room?
Are you kidding?
Did anything unusual happen in the past few nights?
Well, a moth flew down inside my cast. Other than that, it's been your pretty average convalescence. Why?
Just curious.
Hey, you want to play some cards?
No, I really have to get back.
Well, come by any time. If I'm asleep, just write a message on my cast here.
Take it easy, Mr. Bruin.
You too.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Alec Janetta. I was your anesthesiologist.
Hi.
What are you doing out of bed?
Oh, just satisfying an itch.
Did you?
I don't think so.
Is this where it was supposed to have happened?
Is there anybody in this hospital who doesn't know?
Not many. I just got it from a ward attendant. You're the talk of the 4th floor. You still believe you saw a killing, huh?
Convince me that I didn't.
I guess I'm to blame for this whole thing since I'm the one who gave you the shot. You were very heavily sedated, you know.
It seems so real.
Well, drug-induced hallucinations sometimes do. I had a patient once, a single girl, who envisioned her wedding while she was under. After the operation, she asked when her husband was going to visit her.
There you are.
Oh.
Now, didn't I tell you not to get out of that bed?
Nurse Fisher, are you everywhere at once?
Yes, including the office of Dr. Gunther, administrator of this hospital.
I think you better hop in.
Okay.
There we go.
Right, now you put your feet right up here. That's a good boy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Especially conscious.
Home, James. Do you know how long the man in 411 has been a patient?
Mr. Bruin? Oh, 4 days.
4
a skiing
days?
accident.
He told me it was 5.
Well, maybe it was 5.
He couldn't move around or anything, could he? Be out of his room, say, Wednesday night?
Not a chance, Commissioner. He's been that way since he got here. Sorry.
How would I go about finding out who died in this hospital in the last 48 hours?
Check the morgue records.
Oh, yeah.
But, Commissioner,
Yeah.
I really do believe that you are getting yourself all worked up over nothing. Now, if there had been a murder in this hospital, don't you think that somebody would know it?
Somebody does know. Me.
I'll get the car, sir.
I don't know why you won't reconsider and stay here another day or two. It's not as though you had your ears pierced.
Look,
No.
I'll stay in bed. I promise. There's no difference between a hospital bed and our bed. A bed's a bed. And besides, the food is so bad here, I can't wait to get back to Mildred's cooking.
Oh, no. I'm going to do all the cooking while you're recuperating.
Do you think they've given away my bed yet?
You want a plant right there.
No, I'm...
Can you do it? Maybe you can start.
Did you get that information from the morgue?
Oh, yes, sir, I sure did. There were no unidentified deaths reported at Bay Area General in the last 3 days. 4 days ago, there was one. John Doe, vagrant, pneumonia, died Wednesday around 4 p.m.
That would be 2 hours before I was shot.
That's right, sir.
Commissioner, is there any way I can get you to change your mind?
No.
Well, we can't keep you here against your will, of course. But that was quite a wound you had. I think you're making a big mistake checking out today.
Don't worry, Doctor. My wife will take good care of me. Thanks for everything.
Please, take it easy.
I will.
And now, back to search for a smile.
Philip?
Oh, what is it,
Oh,
Terry?
this is a good one, Commissioner. Listen, I think I better tell you a little bit about it and get you caught up with it. You see the girl with her hair piled on top of her head?
Mm-hmm.
That's Terry Talbot. Now, her father is the mayor, and he's up for re-election. But she has just discovered that she's pregnant, and she doesn't know whether Mark, the law student, is the father or whether it's Philip, her boss. Now, if it's Mark, she wants the baby. If it's Philip, well, she may commit suicide.
Now I know where they get the name for this show.
Oh, gosh, I hope it's Mark. Terry would make a lovely mother.
I can't believe they'd actually show this stuff.
Oh, yeah, wait till you see the next one. It's called How Far Will You Go? People come dressed up as pizzas and ice cream cones just to get the prize of the week.
Can't wait.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Lunchtime. I fixed you something really special.
Oh, it looks swell.
You're gonna like this, Mac. Just hold on. There it is.
What is this?
Your lunch.
It doesn't look like lunch. It doesn't even look like food.
Don't be silly. That's all very good for you. I just spent an hour at the health food store, and that's gonna have you up and around and on your feet in no time.
What's this?
That's yogurt and brewer's yeast. Very organic. That'll give you your strength back.
It isn't worth it. Oh. What's this?
Kelp.
Seaweed?
Yes, full of vitamin K. Very good to clot the blood.
Whatever happened to good old chicken soup? Ah, my savior, the chicken soup fairy.
Yeah, listen, the program I wanted you to see is on. Excuse me, would you please?
Mrs. Edna Marie Vincenzi, how far will you go?
All the way. All the way.
All right.
Hello? No, I'm sorry. Listen, he's asleep.
Sally.
No, wait, hold on one second.
This is a brand new car.
Yeah, Charlie.
I'm gonna blotz.
Behind another of those doors.
All right, don't say a word to him or his attorney. I'll be right down. Mildred.
You'll be right down. Sergeant Enright cannot handle this by himself.
Go for the curtain, dummy!
It won't take long.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Mrs. Edna Marie Vincenzi.
Take your time.
How far?
It's only blood.
Now, at the outset, I'd like it clearly understood that my client is here voluntarily. I've explained his constitutional rights to him, and of course, he doesn't have to say anything.
That's the law.
Yes. Now, my client has refused to answer any questions. However, at this juncture, Commissioner, he might be willing to cooperate if we could come to some sort of agreement.
On?
Well, you know, one hand washes the other.
Your client's hands are filthy. Mine are clean.
But empty, eh, Commissioner?
Not exactly. I've got your client, remember?
Yes, but we know that he's not the man that you want. But that he might be able to help you if the price is right.
I don't make deals. Right now, your client is about to be indicted for attempted murder. And that could mean up to 25 years. And right now, that's what I'd like to recommend. But if he cooperates, I'll bring it to the attention of the court.
Well, Commissioner, I had in mind something a bit more concrete. Like, say, a zip to 3.
The walls and floor of his cell are going to be concrete for the next 25 years if he doesn't cooperate.
Look, it's...
You don't have to say anything.
Shut up. You're not going away for 25 years. What do you want to know?
What were you doing at the Embarcadero Hotel?
I was supposed to get a shipment.
Of what?
Heavy drugs. Different kinds.
The possum. What do you know about him?
I never heard of him.
Don't pull my leg or I'll send you back right now.
Okay. He's the top man.
His name?
No idea.
What does he look like?
I've never seen him. I never dealt with him directly.
Who's your contact?
A tall guy. Never used any names. Tall, dark.
How does he work?
He'd call me when he had some stuff. Tell me where to be.
What do you know of an undercover policeman named John Trigamundo?
Nothing.
We were talking about John Trigamundo.
I said I don't know anything.
Get him out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I once heard the big guy say some cop was nosing around. He said they'd have to take care of him.
How?
I don't know.
Listen, you. Either you talk or I'm going to throw you the hell out of here. Now make up your mind.
What do you want?
A lead.
Okay. Sometimes when the big guy'd phone, I'd hear names being called in the background.
Names? What kind of names?
Who paid attention?
Is that all you got?
Hey, that's everything, so help me.
All right, you can leave.
Commissioner, give me a break. I gave you everything I have.
I know, including a .38 slug in my gut.
Well, sir, what did you think?
When I was in the hospital, I heard names being called all the time over the loudspeaker. Dr. So-and-so, Mr. this, Mr. that. Let me see that message again. It was right in front of us all the time.
What was?
What's the part that was so confusing?
Oh, that stuff about his deserving an award for patience.
Read it now.
A hospital ward. He was telling us where he was.
And where he was killed. That was no hallucination I had. It was Trigamundo. Shields was getting calls from a hospital.
Bay Area General.
No wonder we had trouble finding the possum. What a perfect cover-up. A hospital.
Come in. Mac. I'm sorry I didn't get in to see you. How are you?
I feel fine, thanks, Bob.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Now, what is all this about a murder in my hospital?
Just like I told you on the phone. A man was murdered on the night I was operated on. I think I know who it was. One of my men named John Trigamundo.
I don't know what to say. Seems impossible.
It's not impossible.
Of course, you know, I'll help you in any way I can. I'm at your disposal.
Thank you. I'd like your records on everybody who was on duty that night. Doctors Eisner, Vale, Janetta, Nurse Fisher.
No problem. Anything else?
Well, I might need the records, anything you can find on anybody who was associated with the hospital.
Mac, Mac, you're talking about more than 1,000 people.
I know. If you would send them to Sergeant Enright, he'll take care of it.
Okay.
One more thing. There was a John Doe vagrant who died here the same night, supposedly of pneumonia. I'd like anything you can find on him.
You think that's your man?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll get all these things to Sergeant Enright as soon as I can.
I'd like you to talk to Mr. Bruin, the man with the broken leg. Didn't get much of a chance to question him about the other night.
Okay, where will you be?
I think it's time to make my rounds on the ward for patients.
Trigamundo's message?
Exactly.
Sir, don't you think you ought to let me do that?
No, I feel fine.
The temperature feels all right. Pulse is good. No shortage of breath. You got lots of wind.
Dr. Scholler.
That's still sensitive? Well, I better. You're recovering very well.
You through playing doctor?
Sir?
Did you remember to bring the photograph?
Yes, sir. Here it is. It was taken a couple of years ago, but I don't think he's changed much, except maybe a little bit longer hair.
Thanks, Charlie. See you later.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give you much help, Commissioner. I've only just been assigned to this floor.
Can you tell me which bed the patient occupied when he was here?
Yeah, that I can do. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Died of pneumonia?
Yeah.
Okay, then, be that bed right over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll nose around a bit if you don't. What's wrong with the man in the next bed?
Old Dave Duncan? Not much. He's a regular visitor around here. This time he told us he had pain shooting up his left leg and down his right.
Regular freeway system. How you doing, Dave?
Can't speak. Laryngitis.
In your legs?
It's a complication.
I'd hate to talk to the admissions people about you.
You one of the social welfare people?
No. Police commissioner.
I don't know anything.
About what?
About anything.
The man who was in the bed next to you Wednesday night.
But there's lots of people been in that bed, sir. I mean, what is he?
His hair was longer when you saw him.
I don't think I ever seen this guy before.
You saying this guy was not in that bed?
I ain't saying he wasn't. I ain't saying he wasn't. I'm a sick man. I don't pay any attention to people around here. Sorry. Gotta take my nap now.
Okay, Mr. Duncan. I'm not through with you yet. Sleep tight.
Any luck?
Not a whole lot.
Listen, he usually goes out for some air around lunchtime. Maybe you can talk to him again out there.
Thanks.
Okay.
Well, I remember them wheeling you by, and then Jim said to keep an eye on you.
Jim?
Dr. Vale.
Oh.
There wasn't anything unusual about it. I mean, if you think you have a malpractice suit against Jim or
Miss
something...
Beach, please, relax. I'm not trying to sue anybody. I'm just trying to solve a murder.
Well, as long as that's all. Want a French fry?
Oh, yes, thank you. So, you were called away?
The patient in 440, an emergency.
Genuine?
Oh, absolutely. I had to get an oxygen tent for him.
What's wrong with him?
Asthma.
On medication?
Every 4 hours.
Who administers the medication?
Whoever's on duty. I gave them to him that evening.
Where do you get them?
From his cubicle in the medical room.
So that means somebody could switch the medication, couldn't they? Giving him something that knew wouldn't help his asthma, like sugar pills or whatever.
Placebos. Well, I guess so. Anyone could do that.
Then it would have to be someone who knew what would happen if the proper medication were kept from him. Someone who knew it would take a few hours.
Somebody with a medical knowledge, yes, like a doctor.
Or a nurse. Well, Thank you, Miss Beach. I must run. I have a lunch date. I'm sorry to bother you on your break.
Oh, that's all right. I hope you find who you're looking for.
Me too.
This one's yours.
Very nice of you, Ming Toy.
Don't be silly. What loving wife wouldn't want to be with her husband for his last meal?
Why, the blood hasn't eaten its way through my shirt yet. I may even make it to dinner.
Just think, if you'd stayed here as a patient, all this could have been yours and free lunches. Eat up.
Mmm. Delicious.
Very special. I made them with my own hands.
Why, it doesn't look a bit like your hands.
This is good, if I do say so myself. Did you find that missing policeman yet?
No, but it was here.
Any proof?
Well, there's a patient here who I'm sure knows something, but he won't talk. He's usually around here at lunchtime. Ah, speaking of the devil. Mr. Duncan.
Now, what is it now, Commissioner, please?
Same thing as before.
Look, Commissioner, won't you please get off my back? If I had anything to say to you, I would have said it.
Why don't you let me try?
You don't know what to ask.
Trust me. Mr. Duncan.
Huh?
I bet you get tired pushing this heavy chair around all day.
Yeah, it does get pretty heavy.
Why don't you let me push it for a little while?
That would be nice, Miss...
Sally. Call me Sally.
Sally. All right, call me Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Come on, here we go.
Are you a nurse?
You don't have to do that. I'll push it.
Are you a nurse here?
Nope.
Doctor?
No.
Some kind of lawyer?
No.
You do know that big guy over there?
Yes, a little bit. He's my husband.
Oh, let me out of here, please. It's a conspiratory. I don't want to talk.
Dave, he needs your help. He needs it badly.
Listen, young lady. Every time I open my mouth to say something, I say something terrible.
One of my husband's men was killed, and he thinks it might have been by somebody in that hospital.
I didn't do it.
I know that.
By a doctor or somebody?
Yes. And there's no way of telling who might be next.
I'm going to tell you something, Sally. Your husband. This has got to be in strictest
I
confidence.
won't tell anybody.
Your husband showed me a picture?
Yes, the man he thought might have been murdered.
Yeah, well, I seen him. He was in the next bed to me. I spotted right away. He couldn't be one of us up there.
How?
Because no bum has near perfect teeth. That's how. Huh?
Wow, is that observant?
I could tell the minute I laid eyes on him. You know, when he first came in, he said he was feeling poorly. Before you know it, he's up out of the bed, and he's sniffing around. He's sniffing there, and he's sniffing here. I says right out in the open to him, I said, what are you doing? And he says to me, looking for bad guys. Them was his exact words. Looking for bad guys.
Are you all right?
Spies. Trying to boot me out of here. Gotta know all the little tricks, too, you know.
I can tell that. Well, did he see any bad guys?
One night, he came back looking pretty chipper, you know. Fell asleep with a smile on his face, and then something terrible happened. I think he really began to feel poorly because all of a sudden, he got all laid up in the bed. He couldn't move, he couldn't speak, he couldn't talk. Then, before you know it, they took him out. For more tests or something, I guess. And he never came back.
When was that?
Oh, I know. Monday, Tuesday, early in the week sometime. But, you know, it was like all of a sudden he went into a coma. But once he opened his eyes, and he looked right into mine, and he said, they're getting to me. I guess he was talking about them bad guys, you know. And then he just collapsed. He never spoke again.
Now, which doctor was taking care of him?
Yeah, no, they was all taking care of him. At least they tried. They didn't know what the hell was the matter with him.
You did. Tell me.
Well, you see, I heard a commotion in the next bed, and it was dark. I pretended to be asleep. So, and two guys came into the room. One of them was very tall. And one guy held him down. The other guy gave him a hypodermic needle or something. A shot of some kind. And all of a sudden, he just passed out or something.
Wow, Mac was right. Why didn't you tell anybody?
Tell anybody? After what they did to the guy in the next bed? Can you imagine what they do to an old geezer like me? Besides, I was scared.
Well, nobody can blame you.
All the same, I wasn't very proud.
Dave, could you identify the two men?
No, I couldn't. You see, it was too dark. I couldn't make them out. Besides, the doctor's back was to me.
Well, how do you know it was a doctor?
Because the one guy called him doctor. I heard him.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure I heard him.
Dave, thank you very much. You know, if there's anything that my husband and I can do for you...
Oh, no. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. That's okay. Listen, I'm figuring on splitting this place pretty soon anyway. It's getting kind of chilly around here, you know. I got my eye on a nice little hospital down in Palm Springs that I hear good things about. And I've been needing a gallbladder operation for a long time.
Dave, I'm going to wheel you in.
Oh, fine. Oh, please. No offense, Sally. And you're a gorgeous young thing, but the less I'm seen talking to you, the better.
Gotcha.
Who diagnosed the death?
It says Dr. Helms. Huh?
What?
Helms is in Europe. He's been away for the last 2 weeks.
And the death certificate?
Gone.
Where's the body?
It says here he wanted his body cremated.
As if he never even existed. How could he even prove it was him?
Well, if he'd been operated on, we'd have it on videotape, but he wasn't.
Videotape?
Frankly, sir, I think everyone has an absolutely perfect alibi. They were all with someone or doing something.
What about Mr. Bruin?
Well, there's no way they could have moved him out of his room. He's no phony. He really had a broken leg. And I saw his x-ray.
He says he doesn't remember a thing about that night.
Yeah. Best night's sleep he's ever had since he got here. Slept like a baby.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. One of the patients identified Chegamondo, so he was here. And that John Doe vagrant with a case of pneumonia. What a phony that is. His death certificate's missing, and I saw murder in room 411.
Well, sir, maybe it was in another room.
If it wasn't in that room, it didn't happen.
Well, sir, maybe...
No maybe. It happened. Here we are.
Where, sir?
Video room. Thought you might like to watch a little television.
Television? I thought you hated those daytime programs.
I'm in this one.
We tape most of the operations from 2 angles, mainly for interns and student nurses' use.
And this one's mine?
Right here.
What are we looking for, sir?
I don't know. But at this point, I'll take anything.
Ready?
Yes.
They weren't ready, so I shut down for a few minutes.
Oh. Are we gonna really see the operation now?
Would you rather wait outside?
No. I'll watch. You watch.
Just don't sit down. Oh, yeah, I couldn't make him understand me. Do you have the other angle?
Sure.
Why do you have two angles?
So the students can see everyone at their jobs.
Is taping a common practice?
More and more in teaching hospitals. Send these all over the country.
Can you freeze it? Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Oh, I'd like this tape, both of these tapes, locked up as evidence.
Evidence of what, sir?
I'm not sure, but it's there. I know it.
You mean you're not hungry at all?
No, I gotta go. I'm late.
Mac, you're never going to heal up if you keep running around the hospital personally conducting this investigation. Can't Sergeant Enright handle it?
He's got plenty to do. Besides, I go today not as a cop, but as a patient.
A master of disguise.
The doctor wants to see me, give me a shot, change the bandages, and I have to give him a little blood.
Haven't you given enough already?
I'll eat breakfast later. Bye.
Bye.
Wait a minute, let me try. There.
Wound looks good. You're a fast healer.
Requirement of the job.
I hope you're not afraid of needles.
Not if you give me a lollipop. Doctor, were you on duty when I was brought in?
No, I wasn't. I was at home.
Can you verify that?
You don't quit, do you, Commissioner?
It's another qualification of the job, I'm afraid. You all right?
I am fine, Commissioner. I was with my wife, all right?
Fine. What am I getting?
You want the medical name?
Does it have a lot of A's and E's in it?
About 30.
Forget it.
Commissioner, I have had it. All these questions, these insinuations from your Sergeant Enright, who does he think he is?
Just a police officer investigating a murder, that's all.
Well, he's running around treating us all like we're suspects.
You are.
I will not be treated like a common criminal.
Hey, take it easy, will you? What are you getting excited about?
Just tell him to lay off, huh? Or else read me my rights and I'll hire a lawyer.
This thing's got us all a bit nervous, you know. Look, I'm running a little bit late. I've got rounds to make. Can you finish that yourself?
Well, if I can't, I'll call in Nurse Fisher.
Good. She'll give you your lollipop, too. You know, you're not 100% yet, so take it kind of easy, okay?
You too.
I want to see you tomorrow. Will you come in?
Fine. What time?
In the afternoon.
I'll be here.
Take it easy.
Dr. Abrams, Dr. Abrams, please call the X-ray lab. Dr. Cohen, please report to pathology lab.
Commissioner?
Excuse me, miss. Have you seen Commissioner McMillan? He was supposed to be in that room having a bandage changed.
No, I haven't.
Thank you.
But I did see a patient being wheeled out of there.
A patient?
Yes. One of the attendants who works in physical therapy took a man out of there.
When was this?
Oh, about a minute ago.
Where's the physical therapy room?
In the basement.
Thank you very much. Here we go, Commissioner. This is going to have to be it. We just emptied the machine.
Thanks, Charlie.
How you feeling, sir?
A lot better. Thanks, Charlie. Now we're even.
Hey, that's right. That's right. You know, that makes me feel a lot better.
You can tell me the medical name of it now, Dr. Eisner.
What are you talking about?
The injection you gave me. What was it?
An antibiotic.
Like hell it was. It put me out long enough for somebody to nearly strangle me to death. Now you tell me what it was.
Let me see it. It's pyomethylane. Or in your terms, a knockout drug. Harmless, but very effective. Guaranteed to work and nothing flat.
That's not possible.
Go ask the dead man down in the basement how possible it is. Now you tell me how it got in there. Who has access to that cabinet?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Doctors, nurses.
Even floor attendants.
All right. Suppose somebody switched labels. Whoever did it would have to know which antibiotic I was supposed to have. Now, how could a floor attendant do that?
By reading your chart. There's all your medications listed on it. See, that's today's date and the name of the antibiotic you were supposed to get. Anyone could read it.
And anyone could change the label. So it looks like you're back where you started from.
It seems the person you're chasing is a very clever individual.
Not so clever. He already made 2 mistakes. He's bound to make a third, and that'll be his downfall.
What were the 2 mistakes?
Not trying to kill me the first time and not succeeding the second. I want you to find out who that guy was upstairs. Find out where he lives. Search the place.
Yes, sir. Just one thing, sir.
Huh.
I insist on driving you home.
Oh. You talked me into it.
enough doctors this week to last me a lifetime.
Do you know what he was after?
No, sir, I don't. It was over on the desk. It looked like a small book.
What was he wearing?
Something heavy.
Nothing in there, Commissioner.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Well, it looks like there's still one step ahead of us.
Do we have anything on this guy?
Not in our files.
His name is Wells?
Yeah, Sheldon Wells. Been with the hospital for about a year. Other than that, they don't know much about it.
Washington?
Working on it now.
Why do you suppose he didn't kill me?
Your lovable face, no doubt.
Well, he obviously didn't have any respect for the back of my face.
Come on. This time I'll drive you home. You know, some people would find it odd to have chicken soup for breakfast, but I rather enjoy it.
Well, I'm very glad, because I have 3 pots of it.
3? What are you expecting, the plague?
No, they were running a sale on chicken wings, and I bought 60 of them.
Speaking of the infirm, that must be Charlie now.
Why? Something wrong with Sergeant Enright?
Good morning.
Morning.
How's your head?
Which one, the left or the right?
What happened?
Did it swell up?
Oh, just a little bit, about the size of a baseball.
Sit down.
Boy, it looks like somebody tried to hit it right out of the park.
What happened?
I'm really not sure.
Have a cup of coffee.
Thank you.
Listen, to go with that, would you like some coffee cake or donuts?
Both of those would be great.
Isn't anyone going to tell me what happened to Sergeant Enright?
He was searching through Sheldon Wells' apartment. Somebody hit him over the head.
Thank you, Mildred.
Would you like some chicken soup?
Chicken soup? It's 9 in the morning.
So, can a chicken tell time?
You know, it was probably Wells that clobbered you.
Couldn't have been. He was killed yesterday.
How?
Charlie shot him.
Why?
He was trying to kill me, that's why.
Oh, well, it's nice to have friends working for you.
It's okay, he didn't succeed.
And that explains your presence at the breakfast table.
Why
right?
didn't you tell me about this last night?
Because if I told you, you'd worry. And when you worry, you don't sleep. And when you don't sleep, you don't let me sleep. And the doctor told me to get lots of sleep, so that's why I didn't tell you.
Do you think Wells is behind it all?
No, I don't. I think he was just a hired hand.
Well, do you have any idea who it might have been that tried to kill you?
Could have been anybody. Doctors, nurses, even Gunther, for that matter.
You know, Mac, you're going to have to stop running this investigation personally. You know you're going to get hurt at that hospital.
Yes, but then he'd be right there if anything happened.
We are on the verge of breaking the biggest dope ring in the state. The man behind it already tried to kill me. He's in that hospital somewhere, and I'm going to find him if I have to turn it upside down. And don't worry. I'm in no great danger because Charles Enright is with me.
Gee, I don't know about that. Between the 2 of you, you don't even have one healthy body.
Ow! Where do we stand on the whereabouts of all of our suspects?
Well, sir, I couldn't find anybody to swear yes or no that Dr. Vale was or was not in his office that night. But every time I talked to him, sir, I had the distinct impression that he was trying to hide something.
About Janetta?
Oh, well, like the man says. A couple of nurses, a couple of patients. He was here, he was there.
Means nothing. What about Eisner?
Oh, you mean the car phone?
What car phone?
His car phone. That's where they located him that night.
What do you know? Our first out-and-out lie. He said he was home. He said his wife could verify it.
Well, maybe the operator was wrong.
Yeah, maybe the earth is flat. You said you were home the night of the murder.
I was.
The operator says you were in your car.
The operator is wrong.
Is she?
Absolutely.
Well, let's ask her again.
No, wait. All right, I was in my car. I was driving.
Where?
Just around. I often take a drive at night when I'm overworked and tired.
Overworked and tired. Isn't that a rather strange way to get relief? Staying awake and driving?
All right, I wasn't just driving. I was looking for someone.
Looking for someone. Who?
My wife. She's been out a lot lately. I was looking for her.
Where?
The kind of places I thought she might be.
Anyone see you in these places?
I don't think so.
The operator said you were here 5 minutes after she called. Were you on your way here?
Yes. It was better than being home.
That's one explanation.
Is there another?
You could have been coming here to kill a policeman.
That's absurd.
That's what you said when I told you I saw a murder being committed. And that's what you said when I told you I thought it was one of your hospital staff.
I am not a murderer.
I didn't say you were.
But I'm a suspect.
Everybody's suspect.
Commissioner, there are a lot of good people in this hospital.
And at least one who isn't.
Dr. Price? Dr. Price? Report to surgery. Stat. Paging Dr. Atkins. Please report to nurses station. Paging Dr. Atkins. Please report to nurses station.
Aha. Sitting down.
Oh, Commissioner, the way I feel, if you want to take my tonsils out for the second time, be my guest.
Any news from Washington on Wells?
Any news? They've got enough on Wells to make him into two crooks. Yeah. He was in the Canadian Army, sir, and he received a dishonorable discharge from Her Majesty's service for pushing hard drugs. He beat a jail sentence because nobody would testify against him. He's got 2 drug arrests with no conviction and 1 murder charge. And the only witness to the murder fell off a roof conveniently a week before the trial.
Nice guy, this Wells.
Yeah, there was one thing of note in his Army record, sir. He worked as an attendant in an Army hospital.
So none of this is new to him. Perfect go-between. New drugs, new medicine. Let's go in here. The team who operated on me are going to be working together for a while.
Commissioner, I still feel creepy whenever I watch one of these operations.
Looking down at them is better than looking up at them. Who's that?
That's the head nurse, Miss Fisher.
Have you questioned her yet?
Oh, no, sir.
Maybe we should. Miss Fisher?
Oh, Commissioner, you surprised me.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Well, I think you'd better. You don't look too well.
Well, it's nice to talk to a nurse who's a pessimist for a change.
Just a little reverse psychology, that's all, Commissioner.
Miss Fisher, I'm trying to piece together what happened specifically on the night of the murder.
Don't you mean alleged murder?
No, I mean murder. Were you on the team that performed my operation?
I was.
Would you tell me about it, step by step?
Well, let's see. First, I got the team together. And then doctors Vale and Janetta came in. They scrubbed. I tied on their masks. Then Dr. Eisner came in and I helped him. Then we had to wait for the room to get set up. And that's about it.
Then all 3 were in the same room, ready to go.
That's right.
Where were you?
I was with them.
The whole time?
Commissioner, surely you don't suspect me.
Everybody's suspect.
I was with them the whole time, yes.
Could anybody have left the room unnoticed?
It wouldn't be very good practice. His garments would be contaminated.
Yes, but could he?
Well, I suppose so, but as I said, it wouldn't be very good practice.
On the other hand, Miss Fisher, if somebody wanted to commit murder, he'd hardly be worried whether his clothes were contaminated or not, now would he?
No, I suppose he wouldn't.
Hello, Mr. Bruin. How you feeling?
Lousy. I've always been active. Like to walk, play golf.
And you will again, Mr. Brewer.
Sure. Hey, don't ever break your leg, Commissioner. It's really no fun.
I'll try to remember that.
Solve your mystery yet?
Not yet. We're working on it.
Well, today's my day to go out and get some fresh air. Maybe you'll help me get some sleep for a change.
Enjoy it.
I will.
So you still say this was the room?
I still say.
But he didn't hear a thing. No, slept like a baby. Those were his words.
No, that wasn't quite it. What was it?
Oh, yeah, there was something else. Let me see. Best night's sleep he's had since he got here. What are you thinking?
About a good night's sleep. Mr. Bruin! Mr. Bruin. On the night of the murder, you said you didn't hear a sound and that you had your best night's sleep since you got here. Is that correct?
That's what I said.
How did you sleep the night before?
Lousy.
And the night after?
I told you, not so good. In fact, awful.
So the one night he slept well was the night of the murder?
Do you think he was drugged, sir?
You bet your life.
You mean someone slipped me a Mickey?
That's why you didn't hear or see anything. That's exactly why the killer chose your room. No one would believe it could be in an occupied room. It's a perfect place.
So then how come you didn't see me?
The curtain. You were behind it. It never occurred to me that you'd be behind a curtain.
Some nerve. Taking advantage of a cripple. Dr. Gunther, what kind of a hospital are you running here?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Hey, Doctor, before I go to sleep tonight, do you think maybe I could get just a little of that stuff?
You don't need drugs to help you sleep, Mr. Bruin. What you need is some fresh air. May I take him now?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Bruin.
Going down.
So long. Hey, wait a minute. I forgot my cap.
Here it is.
Pretty snappy, huh?
He must have gotten his drug with dinner or in place of his late-night medication.
Well, sir, that means that whoever did it was planning to use that room.
Everything's starting to fall into place. At least now we know how.
No, a lot more than that. We know who as well. Get Nurse Beach back up here.
Can I get you some coffee, Dr. Gunther?
Please. Show us the other end. Back it up. Start it. Breathe. I told you when I woke up, I heard a man scream for help. I got in the room, I saw two men, both with caps and masks, smothering a man to death. I tried to stop it and couldn't, and that's just about all I remember. Miss Fisher,
Yes, sir.
what is your procedure just before surgery?
Well, I make sure that everything's ready in the operating room. The staff is all there. And then I take the caps and the masks into the scrub room, and I wait for the doctors to arrive.
Mm-hmm. What do you do when they get there?
I help them into their masks, and I tie their gowns.
And do you tie their masks?
I just said that.
Do you do them all at once?
No, I do them individually as each doctor comes in.
Would you please demonstrate with Sergeant Enright just what you do?
Sergeant, would you put this on, please? Now, the doctors have just scrubbed, so their hands are all wet. And then would you scrunch down, thank you. Then I tie the masks over their faces. Like this. And that's all there is to it.
Dr. Eisner, is that accurate?
Yes, yes, it is.
You both agree?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Thank you, Miss Fisher. I won't waste any more of your time. I know who the killer is. Actually, I should have known who he was all along. The evidence is right in front of me. You all agree Miss Fisher helps you on with your masks. You come from the scrub room into the operating room. Now, if Miss Fisher ties the masks after the caps were already on, that means they had to be tied over the caps. Now, there's one thing I forgot to mention about the other night. I pulled the killer's cap off. Silly little thing like that, hardly worth remembering. Such a small event. But since I pulled the killer's cap off, he had to put it on again. He put it on again in a hurry to assume his position in the operating room. In his rush to get back, he put his cap on over the strings of the mask. Now take a look at the screen. There's only one man with his cap on over the strings of the mask. The head of the biggest dope ring in the state, the man who killed John Trigamundo. Him.
You're a smart man, Commissioner. Too smart.
You shoot me, and Red'll shoot you.
All right. And you listen to me. I'm leaving this room. And if anyone follows me, I'm going to shoot everyone out there who happens to be near me. Patients, doctors, nurses, everyone. You understand?
Yes. Let him go, Charlie.
But he'll get away.
No, he won't. Speech. Dr. Eisner, this is pyomethylane, the same knockout drug Janetta substituted when you gave me my antibiotic injection. While y'all were watching the TV monitor, Miss Beach put some in his coffee, which I watched him drink. How much would it take to put him out?
2, 3 drops.
Oh, dear. I'm afraid Miss Beach used a lot more than that. You can pick up your Dr. Janetta now.
Terry, don't you see? Whoever the father is, we know one thing for sure, that you are the mother. Now, doesn't that mean anything to you at all?
How can I live, not knowing who the father of my child is?
My darling Terry, the father is whoever raises him, loves him, takes him to ball games.
What are you trying to say, George?
That I love you, and I want to marry you.
Well, how are we feeling?
You sound like a nurse.
You act like a patient.
Enjoy the show, Commissioner?
Don't be silly. I was just flicking through the channels.
You looked awfully interested to me.
Nah, these shows really clip your wings. You have to stay home and watch them every day to know what's going to happen next.
Mac, it is just a male chauvinist ploy to keep the women of America chained to their kitchen portables while they do their housework.
Well, they don't get away with any of that nonsense with this cookie. I watch the big set in the living room.
Oh, well then, can I take the portable with me to the office tomorrow?
Who's calling, son?
We're friends of the family.
I'm the family.
Everyone is in the library. May I take your coats, please?
Thank you.
How's Wilhelmina?
She doesn't look good.
Sorry. You know the McMillans.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Is my sister here yet?
No, she phoned from the bus depot. The rain's delayed her. She'll be here as soon as she can make it.
Roger, aren't you going to introduce me?
Oh, Sandy Adams, my secretary. My Aunt Mildred.
How do you do?
Hello.
Mr. and Mrs.
McMillan.
It's a pleasure.
Excuse me.
Well, Dr. Herpes, how is she?
Well, Wilhelmina would like to see all of you.
Is it the end?
Done all I can do.
Where's Halstead?
He's with her.
Doctor, you've done all you could do.
Yes, I've said that.
Sandy, will you go home?
Willie. My dear Willie.
Mildred, dear Mildred. Don't cry, dear. I'm not afraid of the Grim Reaper. Where's Agatha?
She's coming, Wilhelmina. She'll be here soon.
Oh, Willie.
Shut up, Miguel. Where's my little Jenny?
I sent a telegram, Wilhelmina, but she hasn't arrived as yet.
I want her here with me. I refuse to die until she comes.
You can't mean that.
I can and I do. Now go away, go away.
I say, McMillan, can you give me a lift down to the marina?
Sure.
My secretary has my car. I live on my boat.
Oh.
Agatha, it's all right. Stop it now. It's me, Mildred.
I can't believe I've been standing on the front of me and it's not anybody.
Agatha, it's all right.
She's dead. She's probably dead and everything.
No, she rallied, darling. She's alive.
Alive? Rallied?
Right.
Can I get you anything, madam?
Bourbon and twist. Straight up.
What do you want?
Wants to know what we want? $341,000.53. That's what we want.
I told you I'd get it to you and I'd get out of here.
Told us that months ago, and weeks ago, and days ago. Your credibility suffered an irreparable harm, as will your face if you don't cough up the money.
Look, you guys have been terrific. I know that, but there's nothing I can do. Now, my aunt's on her deathbed. As soon as she goes, I get $1 million. You guys get paid.
We'll take the boat on account.
I live here. Come on, will you? It's only a matter of days until she dies.
Make it a matter of hours. She's not dead before morning. You will be. Ernest?
time for medication. Madam? Mr. Halstead, she's gone. During the night, sir. I thought you'd want to notify the family. Yes, I'll call him now.
Sally, I'm home.
Yeah, we're in the kitchen.
Oh, great. I'm starved. What's...
We're relining the shelves.
Spring cleaning, Commissioner.
It's January.
Well, I don't like to let things back up on me.
You mean like dinner?
We ordered out. It ought to be here any minute.
Oh, hand me that roll of shelving paper down there, will you?
There's a letter here for you, Mildred. It's registered.
Yeah, I know.
Been trying to get her to open it all day.
You know what this is?
How could she? She won't open it.
It's from a law firm. Aren't you curious?
Well, if I'm going to be sued, I don't want to know about it.
What's it for?
Mac!
It's her letter.
Well, it could be good news, you know.
Well, if it's good news, it can wait. If it's bad news, it can certainly wait.
Mildred, open the letter.
Hey, what about this? I'm in Aunt Wilhelmina's will.
That means you're going to be rich.
Yeah.
You could be.
You think?
Yeah.
How many diamonds can you wear at once without being gauche?
One. Okay. Hello? Yes? Yes, she is. Just, who'd you say? Yes, just a moment. Mildred, it's for you. It's your niece, Jenny.
Oh, Jenny! Hi, darling. How are you? Where are you? Everybody's been wondering. You're in Aunt Wilhelmina's will? Me too. You're kidding. You're here in San Francisco? And you've got no place... Listen, she's here in San Francisco and she's got no place to stay.
Oh, tell her to stay here with us.
Oh, great. Listen, darling, come right on over. Yeah, you can use the extra bed. I can't wait to see you. Okay, bye. She's coming right over.
We don't have an extra bed.
Yeah, we do, if I sleep on the couch. Gee, I haven't seen that kid since she was a baby.
Where's she calling from? The front door?
That's the food. Come on. Do you realize that Mildred might have more money than we do?
If you paid her this week, she's got more money than we do.
Have you got money for the delivery boy? Agatha, you're back.
I know I should have called first, Miss McMillan, especially after you put me up without a peep. Well, Wilhelmina died. But I just want to surprise my baby sister.
Oh.
Where is she?
She's in the kitchen. Agatha,
And where is your handsome commissioner?
He's there.
I'll bet he's out solving crimes, doing something daring.
No, he's right there.
Oh, Commissioner, you'll never guess what happened. I was
You
out there.
came back to San Francisco for the reading of Wilhelmina's will, and you're planning on staying here as usual.
Well, it's all right, of course.
And you're too late.
Too late for what? Hi, Ag. Mildred. Oh. Yeah, long time no see. Wilhelmina wrote me into her will. Me too. Oh, it seems like I've never been away. Well, you're right. You just left day before yesterday. Well, I'd better put my stuff back in your room. Yeah, well, is there a problem? I mean, I wouldn't want to burden anyone. I can always stay at the Y.
They can stay here, but you will have to decide where to put them all.
Put who all?
The food.
Hi, guess who?
Little Bo Peep.
Oh, Aunt Mildred.
No, Aunt Agatha.
Aunt Agatha. Aunt Mildred.
Hi, dear.
And you must be Commissioner and Mrs. McMillan. Aunt Mildred's written me all about you.
Well, it's certainly nice to meet you, Jenny.
Likewise.
My, you were right. He is a tall one.
Oh,
Well, don't let me disrupt anything. Why don't you all just go about doing whatever it was you were doing before I came in, and I'll just go unpack.
Unpack. And where are you sleeping, my dear?
In Aunt Mildred's room.
Ah, I know you must be exhausted, so let me show you where to put your things and you can tell me all about it.
All about what?
Anything, dear,
You
anything.
know, I've never witnessed a population explosion before.
She took my suitcase.
Ah, the food.
Bound to be more relative.
Don't joke, it's the food.
Great. I'm starved. I'd like 4 pounds of lean burger, 3 fryers, and cut them up for me, will you?
Some eggs.
Yeah, 2 dozen eggs, 6 heads of lettuce, a bunch of celery.
And some nice tomatoes.
Some nice tomatoes, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, any time today is fine. Thanks.
I think we should take that table and move it out.
Morning.
Morning.
Got any coffee?
Commissioner, it's none of my business, but did you know that an excess of coffee can upset the stomach?
You're right.
See?
It is none of your business.
Well, I'm just trying to be helpful.
Why don't you go and check out the living room for warts?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, honey. Want some coffee?
Oh, thank you.
Sleep well, dearie?
Yes, like a baby.
Are you guys still here? You better hurry up. You're going to be late for the reading of the will.
Where's my purse? Hurry, Mildred.
Hold it, will you? Cab's not even here yet.
Well, I'm ready. Isn't this exciting? Get your hopes up, dearie.
Oh, I know how Gulliver felt when the Lilliputians got it.
There's your cab. Oh, well, this is it, the big time.
I'm nervous.
You want to stay home?
Not on your life.
Or Wilhelmina's. No offense.
Wish us luck.
Luck.
Remember now, we split between us whatever money we get.
I admire your optimism.
Don't worry, kid, it's in the bag. She must have left us something. In the living.
Quiet. Do you hear it?
I don't hear anything.
Neither do I. Isn't it wonderful?
And memory do make, publish, and declare this to be my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all former wills made by me. May I apologize again for this heating system. It's the second time this month that it's gone out. They keep telling me that they've got it fixed, but, well, yes. Article 1. I direct my executor to pay my just debts and funeral expenses as soon after my decease as may be practicable. Article 2. I give and bequeath the... Oh, Mr. Thornton, we've despaired of your showing up.
Sorry to keep you all waiting. I was unavoidably detained. Business.
I believe that you know everybody present.
Why don't we save all the social amenities for later, I'm sure everyone's anxious to hear the will.
Yes, well, let's see now, where was I?
We give and bequeath.
Oh, yes. I give and bequeath the following. To Miguel Esteban, since he has professed no interest in material goods but only in my love, the original oil painting of myself that he seems so fond of.
Win a few, lose a few, eh, baby?
Article 3. All the rest, residue, and remainder of my property, real, personal, and mixed, wheresoever situated in the assessed value of $996,000, I give, devise, and bequeath to my grandniece, Jennifer Carter.
What?
If for any reason Jennifer Carter is unwilling
Oh, I'm willing.
or unable to receive,
I've heard enough. This is a farce. She'd never leave everything to her.
this will is signed and witnessed. Mr. Thornton, please. You are named next in succession if Miss Carter...
Next in line? I'm first in line. I was the one who took care of her day in, day out, not her. She wasn't even here for her funeral.
We're all legally bound by this document, sir.
Oh, really? Well, hang on to your briefs, Halstead. I'll tear that will apart at the seams. We'll just see who gets what.
Roger, please.
Mr. Thornton, I must warn you that if you contest this will and lose, you lose everything. No settlement, no succession, no nothing.
I don't intend on losing, Mr. Halstead. That money is mine, and I'll get it one way or another.
Well, Roger, please.
Sandy, stay out of this.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Oh, what a sore loser.
Well, just for curiosity's sake, Your Honor,
I'm a lawyer, not a judge.
or whatever you are, who's next in line after Thornton?
Well, you are, and then Mildred, and then Charity.
Well, I guess that about wraps it up, folks.
May I suggest that everybody stay in town till we find out what Mr. Thornton intends to do?
Oh, I feel so guilty. Maybe I shouldn't keep the money. Can I refuse it?
Well, it's highly irregular, but there's nothing to stop you.
Oh, yes, there is, Counselor.
What?
This.
They are right, Miss Carter. You should keep your legacy. It is, after all, your great-aunt's wish.
Well,
Let me drive you home. We'll talk about it.
and Agatha...
Mildred and I'll take a cab.
Wonderful. Let's go. May I call you Jenny?
Certainly.
Piranha. Piranha. Pure piranha.
No, I do not know who took care of the folding chairs last year. Chicken would be fine. Hamburger would be fine. I don't know which. Yes, I am the police commissioner, but the policeman's picnic is not... Mrs. Simon.
Thank you so much, Sergeant, for helping me move. I know how
I'm
busy
glad
you
to,
are.
Jenny.
But
I don't
Mrs.
have
Simon.
anything else to do.
Charlie. Yes, I'll see that it's taken care of, Mrs. Simon. Yes, thank you. Goodbye. Charlie, since you have nothing at all to do, you are now officially in charge of the policeman's picnic.
Oh, Commissioner,
Oh, picnic, terrific. I love picnics. Can I help?
Oh, if you're going to put it that way.
Well, Jenny, I wish you'd change your mind and just stay with us.
Oh, thank you, ma'am, but I really can't impose any longer. I found a lovely little hotel not far from here. And thank you, too, Commissioner, sir, for everything.
Not at all.
Now, you have fun, and you take good care of her, Sergeant.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Jenny. I'm gonna miss you.
Well, just for a few hours. We're having dinner together tonight, remember?
Yeah, right.
Here's your other bag, dearie. I packed it for you.
Thank you, Aunt Agatha. Now, about that picnic. Of course, we'll have lots of food and things to drink, but maybe we'll leave...
That's one down.
Yeah.
At last. Now we can get things organized around here.
Will you look at this place?
Oh, yes, look at this room.
Will that be all, sir?
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice stay.
Oh, I'm not staying.
Of course not, sir.
I asked for the best, but this is a palace. How do I look in satin, Sergeant?
Terrific. But, Jenny, this place is going to cost you a bundle.
I know, but I have a bundle. I could buy this room. I might even could buy this whole hotel.
Oh, well, I wish I could stay here and enjoy it with you, but I'm still on duty.
Oh, do you have to go?
I'm afraid so, but I wish I could stay.
Then you'll come back.
I accept. And, Jenny, just a slight word of caution. You know, San Francisco's a pretty big city, and there are lots of fast-talking types around, so you be careful, okay? Oh, listen. Here's a card with my downtown number on it, so keep it handy. They know where I am day and night. So if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to call.
I will. Thank you. You're a nice friend.
Thank you. Ooh, your key? And don't forget to lock the door behind me.
All right.
It's getting a bit late, don't you think?
No, we have plenty of time.
Where's the cab?
Relax, will you? It'll be here in a minute.
Well, the problem is that child is going to need some financial counseling. But what she's going to get is every two-bit fast-buck artist in town trying to climb into her bed.
As it were.
Is, was, were. What's the difference?
She can take care of herself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do I detect a trace of bitterness over the disposition of Wilhelmina's estate?
You betcha.
Well, it's not Jenny's fault. It could have been left to any one of us.
Then why didn't they?
There's a taxi. Come on. Actually, she's a very lovely girl. A bit naive, but sweet, really.
A change of heart that has nothing to do with the fact that she is now the richest kid on the block, right?
Besides being older and wiser, not to mention taller, I'll just ignore that spiteful remark.
You don't see me complaining because I didn't inherit any money.
You never were ambitious.
Well, I have a steady job, which is more than I can say for some people I know.
Well, it's not my fault there's a slump in the market for office consultants.
Oh, that's what they call part-time help now? Oh, here it is.
How do I look?
Oh, courant, my dear. Jenny? Jenny, you here?
Mr. Halstead, please. Commissioner McMillan again. Mr. Halstead. Yes, I want the names and addresses of all the beneficiaries. Send the list to my office plus a copy of the will. Now, is there a clause in there about contesting the will? I see. In other words, if the court rules against them, they lose everything, right? I see. Thank you, Mr. Halstead. Yes, we'll feel sorry about it, too. Goodbye.
I'm gonna take Mildred and Agatha home, okay?
Yeah, I'll be home as soon as I can.
Okay.
No signs of a struggle, sir.
Thanks, Wes. Ted, I want a ballistics report as soon as you get it.
It'll be on your desk, sir.
Anything about forced entry?
Sir, when I left here, I heard her lock the door. It must have been somebody she knew.
Wait a minute. First, there's Wilhelmina, suddenly dead. And now, is there an autopsy report on Wilhelmina?
I don't know, Commissioner.
Well, if not, let's get one.
Yes, sir. Take a look at this.
One-way ticket to Rio de Janeiro under the name of Amy Lee DeVroe.
Yeah, well, what would Jenny be doing with somebody else's airplane ticket?
Maybe she bought it for herself.
Under a fictitious name?
She knew her life was in danger. She wanted to get out as soon as she got the money.
Yeah, well, I'll check out the DeVroe name, sir.
I want you to question everybody on this floor. Find out if they saw anybody going in and out. Also, check with the switchboard for calls.
Right away, sir.
And I want a complete report on Roger Thornton, including his financial condition.
Yes, sir. Come on, Wes.
A plan. That's what we need is a plan. It's Thornton. I know it's Thornton. But how to catch him?
Take it easy, Sherlock.
Aha. Sherlock Holmes. What would he do now?
Sit down.
Well, I think better on my feet.
Agatha, I'm sure that Mac is doing everything that he can possibly do.
But is it enough?
I think we'd all feel better if you would just sit down.
Well, of course. Why don't you just say so? Miguel Esteban. Now, there's a suspicious character if I ever saw one. You know who did it? Did you get any clues? Did you arrest anyone?
No to all of the above.
Well, it's got to be Thornton. Can't you just arrest him?
Agatha, that's not exactly the way due process works.
So far, his only crime seems to be greed.
Well, there's Miguel Esteban. Miguel, yes. He's chasing Jenny all around the place.
Chasing ladies, rich or poor, does not a crime make.
Ah, if you catch him, it is, Commissioner.
Well, you know, Agatha, I'm just going to have to think on that. In bed. Good night.
I think that's a great idea. I think I'll go to bed, too. Good night, Agatha. Good night.
That doesn't sound bad. I think I'll turn in, too.
Doesn't anybody realize how serious this is? Mildred! Doesn't anybody realize how serious this is? Somebody? Anybody? Tell me.
Mr. Thornton. Mr. Thornton.
I already have enough insurance. No, I won't sell my boat, and I gave at the office. I assume that you fit in there somewhere.
Your Aunt Wilhelmina's dead. Jennifer Carter is dead. I don't know who did it, but I have a lot of suspects, and I assume you fit in there somewhere.
Oh, Commissioner, my apologies. It's nice to know the demise of one little unimportant child brings out our city's finest.
Thank you. I notice you're not overcome with grief.
I hardly knew her. I certainly had no reason to dislike her.
She got all your aunt's money.
Look, Commissioner, I can save us both a lot of time. No, I don't have an alibi, but I don't have a motive either. You see, I have quite enough money as it is.
That may be. But your behavior at the reading of the will was, shall we say, less than gracious.
Now, that was a matter of principle. In spite of my devotion, my aunt despised me, my life, everything about me. Denying me her estate was the final insult.
I only have $11 in change on me.
You suspect me of murdering my aunt for her money, then murdering Jenny for the same reason. But you need evidence to make that arrest, so you've come down here to see what you can find. So here's my gun. Check it out.
Actually, I was just looking for an excuse to leave the office.
Oh, in that case, you care to go out for a spin, Commissioner?
No, thank you. I get seasick.
Why don't you give yourself a title? Like internal domestic consultant. Then you can ask for a raise. I don't need a raise. You're not in touch with your needs.
Listen, well, the thing I want to be in touch with the most is lunch. The commissioner's due home any minute. Besides, I just got a raise.
I assume you have the cost of living escalator?
Listen, this isn't the Teamsters Union against big industry, you know. What's that? Oh, what is that?
Don't touch anything.
I have to get at it.
Have you got a workman's comp?
Oh, it's stuck.
Hello?
Come on out, you little devil.
What's for lunch?
How about that?
No, I'd rather have a tuna fish sandwich.
Isn't he amusing?
Well?
Well, what?
Did you arrest him?
Who?
Thornton.
Of course not.
No wonder crime is up 30%. Nobody wants to make an arrest around here.
Did Enright call?
Yeah. They drew a blank on the hotel. Nobody saw anybody enter or exit except Enright and Jenny when they went in.
Any fingerprints?
Zilch.
Zilch.
Nothing.
Commissioner, how well do you know this Enright man?
Very well. Why?
The power and the allure of sudden wealth, Commissioner. Then stir in a pretty girl, and you have all the ingredients of a crime of greed and passion.
You have a fascinating mind, Agatha.
It kind of runs in the family.
That's true.
I'm going out.
Where to?
Just out.
I don't want to alarm you, Commissioner, but I have a feeling that Agatha is going to do something that we're all going to regret.
Well, she's just concerned, like the rest of us.
Concerned, yes. Like the rest of us, never.
Tedrow Thompson Thornton, 1408. 1408. 1408. 1408. 1408. 1408.
1408.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are you doing here?
I'm from Temple Aid. I'm the new girl you ordered.
I didn't order a new girl. Or an old girl, for that matter, Aunt Agatha. Now, what are you doing here?
Well, I was really looking for your secretary.
She's not in the drawer.
Oh? Where is she then?
It's lunchtime. You figure it out.
Well, in that case, I'll come back another time.
Don't move.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna call the police.
Is that any way to treat a relative?
It's a way to treat a sneak thief.
The commissioner of police happens to be a very good friend of mine.
In that case, I'll talk to him.
Yes? Roger Thornton? Yeah, I'll take it. Hello, Mr. Thornton. Who? She what?
On top of it all, she claims to be a personal friend of yours.
You might call it that.
Look, if you sent her here to snoop around my office...
Take it easy, Mr. Thornton. I'll come right over.
I hope so. I could have shot her just as easily as not. Next time I catch anyone prowling around my office, I will shoot.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Who was it, Mildred?
I don't know, we'll never know, but he left these flowers, and by process of elimination, I can only assume they're for you.
How nice.
Yeah.
Let's see who they're
Is
from.
today something special?
No, well, it is now. To Agatha. To Agatha?
Agatha?
Who would send flowers to Agatha?
Yeah. Who would send flowers to Agatha?
I said that.
Well, I tell you, there's one thing we could do. We could steam it open.
No, we couldn't.
And then seal it right up again.
We just put the card right here and wait till Agatha comes home.
Right. Well, I have some things to do in the kitchen.
Yeah, I got a lot of things to do upstairs. Well, let's go do them.
Oh, oh.
I was just this far from finding something. I know it.
Matt, what are you doing home?
Just delivering Wonder Woman back to her lair.
What are you talking
Agatha,
about?
you could have been shot.
Shot? What'd you do?
Well, nothing, really.
Nothing. Roger Thornton caught our Miss Marple going through his private office file.
But I thought if I could find some proof that he needed a lot of money, then we'd have Jenny's killer.
Agatha, this is no game. If he pressed charges, you'd have been thrown in jail.
Jail? But he wouldn't press charges. If he did, they'd know he was trying to hide something. Don't you see?
I gotta get out of here. I almost understand what she's saying.
Don't you worry, Commissioner. We'll solve this.
No, Agatha. I'll solve it. I and my department, you, will keep your nose clean. Is that clear?
But I...
No buts. You pull something like that again and I'll have you deported.
Mac. Well, Mac!
Can you deport a citizen?
What are we gonna do with her?
I think we ought to just give her flowers.
Flowers?
Here you go, Agatha.
These are for me?
That's what it says, but I think it's a mistake.
I find you most intriguing. I would love to see you. Miguel Esteban.
Oh, I don't believe that.
It's inevitable.
Well, so's the end of the world. Listen, don't you realize he's making a play for you because he thinks you're next in line if Thornton takes a fall for Jenny's murder? Besides, he's the one you said was a piranha.
A hasty judgment. You're just jealous, that's all.
Jealous of what?
That I'm the one he finds intriguing. Miguel is obviously a man of very good taste.
Hello. Oh, yeah, just a moment. Gil doesn't waste any time.
Hello? Miguel who? Could you please refresh my memory? Oh, yes, I remember now. This afternoon? Well, maybe I could squeeze in a few minutes. I'll check my calendar. Yes, this afternoon would be just fine. What time?
Yeah. Your story is really fascinating. Tell me more about it.
Would you believe he held me at gunpoint for almost a half hour? Can you imagine?
That must have been terrible for you.
Uh-huh.
I find you most attractive. We must spend more time together.
Mr. Esteban, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, you know.
You're wondering why my sudden interest.
Well, no offense. It's just that a man with your talent, well, he's usually attracted by wealth.
I'll be frank. I am really worried about this poor child's murder. I was very close to Wilhelmina, as you know, and I want to see justice done. I think you are a woman of courage and conviction, and I think between the two of us, we can help solve this case.
And that's the whole reason?
Mm-hmm. And the fact that I find you, please don't take offense, physically entrancing.
You're kidding.
You're a very perceptive woman. Do you think that Thornton will be convicted for this murder?
Nope. Not the way they're handling it.
Why do you say that?
Well, any amateur can tell that he's guilty. But we have no evidence.
What about if someone could find the murder weapon? Do you think that will help?
Yes. Yes, it certainly would. But where to find it?
Well, it's common knowledge among some other members of the family that the man is a collector of guns.
Well, he has at least one that I know of.
He keeps several. At home, at his office, on his boat at the marina.
I bet the police don't even know that, Mr. Esteban.
Call me Miguel.
Miguel? Well, I have to be leaving soon. I have a very important engagement this afternoon.
Oh, of course. Miss? Lunch tomorrow.
We'll see.
Sergeant Enright is here.
Good.
And also, I wanted to remind you.
What?
You know what?
No, I don't know.
What you told me you didn't want to know about.
Maggie!
The Carpenters.
What?
The Carpenters.
Oh, I don't want to see him. I told you that.
I tried to stop them, sir, but the entire building is being done.
All right. Just let me know when they're due.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think it's time to bring Sergeant Enright in?
Oh, yes, sir. I almost forgot. Sergeant.
Thank you, Maggie.
Want a sandwich?
No, thank you, sir. I've already eaten.
I've just been looking at the ballistics report on Thornton's gun. They don't match.
That's not all that doesn't match, sir.
What do you mean?
You wanted to see the Thornton report? Sir, Thornton is not just broke. He is so deep in that hole, he can't possibly get out without Aunt Wilhelmina's money.
Wilkerson Finance Company is into them?
Oh, very heavily, sir.
Well, they're just this side of Murder Incorporated.
You know, this is just a guess, sir, but they could have killed Wilhelmina.
Or put Thornton up to it.
Well, I don't think that he's the killer type, sir.
You'd be amazed what people will do when you threaten to turn their body into a planter.
Well, if you're going to put it that way, sir.
Anything on Jenny?
Not much success there either. I've tried to find some background on her, but so far I keep coming up with a big fat zero.
You sure you don't want a sandwich?
Yeah, I'm positive. You see, Jenny just dropped out of college and then she disappeared. Now, I've tried to find family. I've tried to find friends. She did have a college roommate, a Lynn Connors, but she's disappeared. And she received several letters from a fellow by the name of George Kimball, but I can't find him either.
What about the plane ticket?
Well, that's another thing, sir. There is no Amy Lee Devereaux.
Well, then she did buy the ticket herself.
Yes, sir, it looks that way. But if she knew that she was in danger, why didn't she just pick up the phone and call us?
All right, we'll call missing persons. Maybe something will turn up.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's time to get Roger Thornton in. He may decide it's safer to talk to us.
Yeah, I'll get on it, sir.
Mildred? Agatha?
Three o'clock, First Street bus transfer. Arrive Marina. She wouldn't. She wouldn't. Commissioner McMillan's office, please. Maggie, is Mac there?
Pardon me, sir. I'm looking for Roger Thornton's boat.
I'm not supposed to let anyone in. Everyone has his own key.
Well, I'm Roger's mother. Chicken soup.
I thought she was dead.
Do I look dead to you?
I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Thornton.
Well, you should be.
Slip 1900 de la Petite.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take her out about 3 miles, see if I can get some yellowtail.
Okay, good luck. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Looking for a woman who's trying to board Roger Thornton's boat. Have you seen her?
Oh, you mean his mother?
Mother?
Sure. They set out to sea maybe 10 minutes ago.
Where's the Coast Guard?
Right over there, Ocean Avenue.
I'm Commissioner McMillan. I'd like to radio the La Petite. It put out about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, they just radioed in, said they're on fire.
What?
Fire.
Why don't you check out Thornton's apartment? I'll finish here.
Yes, sir. Can you tell me what happened here?
Sorry, no.
Was it an accident?
We don't know.
Well, then do you think it was murder?
Look, I didn't say that.
Hey, listen, who was the guy on the boat? Who was the lady on the boat? You want my coat?
No, thanks.
Who was the guy that got blown up?
Roger Thornton.
Hey, do you think this case has a gangland M.O.?
What?
Well, I mean, like, do you think the guy was snuffed? Offed? Murdered?
I don't know.
Hey, were you in the boat?
No. I always go swimming with my clothes on.
Yeah. This Thornton guy, is he a friend of yours? Relative, what?
Hey, wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm a stringer for the San Francisco News.
Well, shouldn't you be at practice or something?
Oh, come on, that's a reporter.
Look, I don't know a thing. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, nice talking to you, Miss,
Chadwick. Florence Chadwick.
This could be part of a bond casing. It's the same shape, thickness.
Take a look at this.
Yeah. It's blown apart. We can't say for sure until we check it out.
We can say for sure right now. I'll check with your office first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Agatha!
Agatha, I want to say something, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but you're nuts.
How could I possibly take that the wrong way?
I will never understand your way of thinking.
Well, I create as I go along. Reality is the moment. And life is impulsive.
Why do I have this overwhelming sense of defeat?
You know, this reminds me when we were children.
Oh, I know. I know.
Commissioner, the signature on the receipt for that registered letter from Jenny simply does not match up with Mildred's letters from Jenny.
Well, if Jenny didn't sign the receipt for the letter, who did? Her roommate?
I don't know. And she's missing too, sir.
Have we got missing persons on it?
Oh, yes, sir. We're plugged into that great big FBI computer. We're checking thousands of missing persons flyers.
Hi, Commissioner. How about some dinner?
I want to get a statement from Agatha first.
Oh, lots of luck.
Stay for dinner?
If you insist, sir.
Okay, I'll put another place on.
What's a statement?
Oh, it's nothing to worry about, Agatha. It's just a precaution, a simple safeguard.
Well, sounds like the old third degree. Rubber hoses and all that stuff.
You might have seen something important.
Okay, you guys. Here's what I think. Now, it definitely was not a gangland caper, even though the M.O. had certain superficial likenesses. Now, Thornton was snuffed out, and and you think I did it?
No, Agatha.
I want my lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
You can't be in both places at once. Either arrest me or set me free.
Agatha, you are not under arrest. You did not commit a crime. However, you were the last person to see Roger Thornton alive, and you stand next in line to inherit all the money.
I do?
You do.
Oh, I forgot.
You are also next in line to be killed.
Killed? Somebody kill me? No. I don't want the money. They can have it.
Relax. Nobody gets a penny of the money until the case is solved.
Well, then how come Roger was killed?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. Now, why were you on the boat?
And I won't go to jail?
No.
Well, it all happened when I told Miguel. You see, I told Miguel I thought Thornton killed Jenny. Then he said if we could find the murder weapon...
And you thought you'd just help out?
Of course.
Did you hear anything unusual? See anything? Find anything?
No. Just some unpaid bills. And I put those in my picnic basket.
Hey, something is burning. What is it?
Oh, it's my girdle. I was just drying it out.
Would you two gentlemen like to know what I did today? After I finished the grocery shopping, I got rid of a door-to-door salesman. And then I cleaned out the furniture polish that Agatha thought was the oven cleaner.
Well, if Agatha thought furniture polish was oven cleaner, do you suppose she put oven cleaner on the furniture?
Agatha!
First thing tomorrow morning, I want those goons from the Bookerson Finance Company in my office.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a drink.
Matt? Do you think that Roger actually killed his aunt for the money? My thoughts exactly. I have been reading Sandy Adams' letters. Pretty hot stuff in there. She was a lot more than a secretary. A lot more to gain. I mean, if Thornton got the money and she got Thornton. Wait a minute. This one's not a love letter. Listen to this. If you think you can dump me, you've got another think coming. I'm not going to let you waste 2 years of my life. Wow. That's one rejected lady. There's a motive right there. No. I just can't believe that she would know how to rig a bomb. I mean, if she was going to kill him, she'd probably use something small, something like a knife or a gun, something she could handle. Still, it's a remote possibility. It's worth checking. How do you expect me to solve this case if you never listen to anything that I say?
Oh, you got it all wrong, Mr. McFarland.
Millen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a bad ear for names. But anyway, it wasn't like you think. Roger and I had a good thing going, you know. It started off just a job, but all those nights working late, usual thing happens. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You work late sometimes?
Oh, yes.
Are you married?
Very.
Yeah, well, I should worry more about you. I mean, look at you sitting here all alone with me. Anything could happen.
Yes. Roger, now, you didn't know he stood to inherit his aunt's fortune?
No, not at first, I didn't. I fell in love with his mind.
And you felt these feelings were being reciprocated?
No, I thought he loved me.
Were there other women in his life?
For 2 years, everything was just fine. Then suddenly, he's getting all this money and poof, everything goes. Me first. Oh, don't tell me about Roger and all his women. I knew all about them. I didn't care. Roger was the kind of guy that you play, you know, while he's around. Well, don't think I didn't have hopes. I was really hurt when he dumped me. I mean, he was getting all that money, and I was getting the shaft. I can't decide. You pick one.
Oh, I don't know. They're all so uniquely you.
Pick the blonde one. Well, it was Roger's favorite. It's his funeral.
You know, Senor Esteban seems prosperous in his own right, sir.
Senor Esteban seems to be a lot of things, none of which I buy.
Well, what about Sandy Adams?
Well, that's a little easier. There are two possibilities there only. She's either very innocent or very clever. I've got a tail on her till I find out which. Hi, Maggie.
Commissioner, your office
You
is...
hold all calls.
Yeah, the men are there.
From the Bookerson Finance Company?
They're here, but so are the other men.
What men?
The carpenters!
Hiya, Charlie. Oh, hi, Pete.
Commissioner? Hiya. You know him?
Yes, sir. I got him the job. He's my brother-in-law.
I thought you didn't like your brother-in-law.
I don't, but I love my sister. And if he doesn't support her, I may have to.
Commissioner, enough small talk. What are we doing here?
I'm trying to solve a murder, and I thought somehow you two could help.
Who was the former person?
Roger Thornton.
He's dead?
Blown to bits on a boat.
You have no idea how that pains me.
How much is he into you?
Way over 300,000.
And you didn't decide to make an example of him?
Are you kidding? Speaking theoretically, of course. You only make examples of small fish. A big fish like Thornton, you hope maybe a couple of broken parts will make the point.
Commissioner, I thought you might want to see this right away. It just came in.
Thank you. Oh, would you escort these two out, please?
Let's go.
I may want to talk to you again.
Always a pleasure, Commissioner. Come on, Ernest.
Anything the matter, sir?
Missing person flyer.
Oh, is it Jenny?
Well, it looks like her. But it isn't. Jenny wasn't Jenny.
Psst, Charlie. She was being impersonated by her own roommate.
That would explain the plane ticket. Lynn wanted to grab the money and run before anybody found out she was a phony.
Yes, unless whoever killed this Lynn Connors did so for an entirely different reason. But then we'd have two totally unrelated murders on our hands.
All right, but if Jenny's still alive, where is she?
Psst, Charlie. Well, I'll put out a trace on her.
I'll do it right away, huh?
Hey, Charlie.
What is it?
You're stepping in my glue, Charlie.
Come on, let's get out of here. Well, take your shoe off
Oh,
first.
yeah, right.
Charlie,
Ellie sends her love.
I got another shoe in the car, sir.
Good. No. I don't know. He says he's some big shot in the police or like that. But I still think he's a cluck.
I wouldn't have known where to look either, but Wilhelmina was always talking about Jenny being in college. You know, she was mighty proud of that girl. I know I put that address someplace.
You make these model airplanes yourself?
Yeah, I've always been interested in aviation. I've got a little single-engine job myself that I fly around on weekends. Ah, here it is.
Did she ever answer your letter?
Well, come to think of it, no. I'd always just get back a signed receipt.
A little unusual, isn't it?
Well, yes. Generally, most people will give you a written reply, but not always.
Well, thanks for your help, Mr. Halstead.
You know, Commissioner, I'm kind of embarrassed.
Don't be.
You know, I shouldn't have been fooled by that girl.
Yeah, we all were.
The irony of the whole thing is that if the murderer thought he was killing Jenny, he did it all for nothing.
Well, I've taken enough of your time.
Commissioner.
Four diamonds.
I pass.
Four spades?
I pass. Listen, Jenny is alive then, right?
I don't know.
She might be. Four, no trump.
Pass.
Yeah, she might. 5 hearts.
Well, I don't know what to think now. I pass.
7 spades.
I'll get it. It's probably for me.
7 spades.
Yeah.
Hello? I'll see if she's in. Who's calling? Who's Sarah Farnsworth?
Oh, she's only the richest woman in San Francisco.
Who's the call for, Agatha?
Me. Hello? Yes, this is she. Why, I'd love to come. I'll have to let you know. Well, my secretary has me on a very tight schedule. You know how it is. Yeah. Of course. Of course, I'll do my best, dear. Goodbye. She's invited me to the ladies' auxiliary tea on Saturday. But why would she do that?
It's the grapevine. She thinks you're rich now.
But I'm not. If Jenny's alive, I'm not even next in line. Ah. But Sarah Farnsworth doesn't know that, does she? We don't have to tell her, do we? What was the last bid?
7 spades.
Double. You know what my horoscope said today?
What?
Spent a lot of money today. Well, how do I look?
Very nice.
Commissioner, very nice isn't exactly what I had in mind. I want to look worldly.
What I'm worried about is otherworldly.
Otherworldly?
As in dead, Toots.
But you said that
I know what I said. I just think it would be kind of nice if you hung around here for a while without running around all over town. Till we solve this thing. Mildred, will you tell her I'm concerned for her safety?
Mildred, will you tell the commissioner I appreciate his concern, but I have a lunch date with Miguel Esteban, and I refuse to break it.
Reschedule it.
One must strike whilst the iron is hot.
Would you tell her the murderer may feel the same way?
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
All right, are you going to think about it?
Yeah.
Good. Whilst you're thinking about it, you can help me clean the house.
Mi amor, mariquita linda, ya me voy porque tú ya no me quieres como yo te quiero a ti. Me voy porque tus desdenes sin piedad han herido para siempre a mi pobre corazón. Adiós, vida de mi vida, la causa de mi dolor, el amor de mis amores, el perfume de mis flores.
You are absolutely exquisite, my dear Agatha.
Oh, thank you, Mickey.
A fitting end to a near-perfect afternoon will be a visit to my apartment. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Besides, I want so desperately to be alone with you.
But we're alone here.
No. Away from prying eyes. I want to show you my rock sauna.
What prying eyes?
That guy at the bar.
Let's get out of here.
I promise you, you will not regret this momentous decision.
No. I mean, I want you to take me back to Mildred's.
To Mildred's?
Now. That guy gives me the creeps.
What about my place? My rock sauna.
Oh, just control yourself, if you can.
I don't understand.
You don't care about my safety?
Yes, I do. Of course I do. But if it's just that I don't know.
Now, if you care for me, you'll wait just a little longer until we get all this business straightened out, and then I'll feel safe no matter where I go, including your sauna.
Of course. I take you home.
You're welcome. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Commissioner. Hello? Well, hang in there. Goodbye. There's one thing I don't understand. What? I said there's one thing I don't understand. I don't understand how Miguel Esteban keeps alive. I mean, he doesn't have a bank account. He only has credit cards.
All he has is credit cards, and he owes them all a bundle.
Must be desperate for the money.
Yeah, but killing's not his style, sir. He's a gigolo. Besides, why does he keep romancing Agatha when Thornton is the next beneficiary?
Coming out with Agatha before Thornton's death convinces her he's not after her money. Once he gets his hooks into her, he kills Thornton.
Agatha has the money, and Miguel has Agatha.
Right.
Thank you, Nero Wolfe. There is one problem, sir.
What's that?
Do you think he can keep up with Agatha for the rest of his life?
A man who'd killed twice wouldn't hesitate to kill again.
Well, that could mean that Agatha is in very grave danger, sir.
I'm afraid so.
Charlie, who's Nero Wolfe?
It's all wrong, and I know what I'm talking about. I don't label your meat.
It looks like a 5 to me. $5.98.
That is definitely not a 5. It would be a 6 before it would be a 5. No. You know what it is? It's a 4. $4.98.
Lady, I got a lot of customers in line here.
Well, I have a lot of hungry people at home. So let's just get a pencil and paper and figure it out. May I borrow your pencil, please? Thank you. Now, let's see. That's 5.37 pounds at the... Do I have to move the decimal point?
Okay, lady, okay. You can have it for $4.98.
Because it is 4.
It comes to $10.20 altogether.
10.20? All righty. The exact change. 5, 10... life.
Let me help you.
Oh, you're brave. You're very brave.
Well, over-anxious would be a little more like it.
No, I mean, there aren't many people who would help a stranger in trouble. You know, you sort of restored my faith in human nature.
That's okay. It's part of my job.
Job?
I hope I don't destroy your illusions, but the commissioner assigned me to watch out after you.
Well, in that case, you should have got here sooner. Pick up my stuff.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't get a good look at the driver, sir. My angle was bad, and there wasn't much light in the car.
Agatha, did you get a look at the driver?
No, it all happened so fast.
It was a new car, dark red, new plates. I couldn't make them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sam, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No, I don't want the money. I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, you don't even have the money yet.
Even if I don't have the money, I don't want it.
You're just upset, Agatha.
I'd say scared to death is more like it.
Don't say death to a scared person.
Maybe we now can prevail upon you to stay a little closer to home.
Commissioner, I'm going to call Mr. Halstead. I don't want to be next in line for the money. I don't even want to know what happens to it.
Why don't we decide that when you feel better?
No, I have to do it now. I won't feel better until I do. Hello, Mr. Halstead? This is Jenny's Aunt Agatha. Well, I hate to cause any more problems, but I'm afraid you're going to have to do a little more paperwork. But I don't want to be in the will. Because somebody tried to kill me, that's why. I'll sign anything. Thank you. Ah, there. Now I feel more like a real person again.
Are you sure you're not going to regret this, Agatha?
Me? Not a chance.
Oh, Mildred, what are you doing there? You scared me to death.
Just trying to get some sleep.
Oh.
Agatha snores.
Oh.
What's the matter? Couldn't you sleep either?
No. All I kept thinking about was Agatha's near miss.
And I keep thinking there must be a way to get Agatha to change her mind about keeping the money.
What about her personal safety?
Well, if she doesn't leave the premises, what safer place could there be for her than right here?
I don't know. You know, I think that greed is clouding your personal judgment.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's right.
What's going on down here?
Oh, Commish, I was just thinking there must be some way for Agatha to keep that money. I mean, she's throwing away a chance at a fortune.
Oh, you could solve the whole thing tomorrow.
Yeah, and then she wouldn't have lost a chance at the whole pie.
Right. As long as you're talking about me, you mind if I sit down?
Agatha, you can't do it.
You mean I can't sit down?
No, you can't give up the money.
I've made up my mind.
So change your mind.
You want to see me killed or worse even?
What could be worse?
I can't think of a safer place for you to be than right here, right, Mac? Besides, now you'll have police protection. Right, Mac?
Well, and you'll feel crummy if you give it up. And furs, diamonds, the Riviera. You better think about it.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Men?
Men?
Handsome men?
You know, Mac could assign Sergeant Enright to be with you, follow you everywhere you go.
Right, Mac? Well, I could give up a couple of days. If I live long enough, it might be nice to be rich. Okay, that settles it. Everybody back to bed.
Mac, let's go to bed.
Well, that's beginning to look very nice, Commissioner.
What's the matter?
Oh, Agatha just doesn't stop, sir. My feet are killing me. Oh, all that shopping, a hairdresser. She even bought a gym course.
You have my sympathies, Charlie. Believe me, you have my sympathies.
Thank you, sir. Anything new around here?
Oh, yeah. We located the parents of Jenny's boyfriend. They don't know where he is either. And he's moved from his last location.
And he was our only lead. Oh, well. I guess my coffee break is over. I've got to get Agatha back out into the stores. She wants to buy a new dress, something about a tea this afternoon.
Well, hang in there.
I'll try. Goodbye, Pete.
See you, Charlie. You know, Commissioner, now I remember who Nero Wolfe is. My wife buys every one of his records.
Well, I don't know why not. It's a great
No,
idea.
it's too dangerous.
Mac, I don't see
No.
what... Is it any more dangerous
Absolutely
than...
not.
Okay.
Now, that's fine.
Okay.
Mildred, is Agatha back yet?
She's still at the tea.
Let me speak to Sally.
Well, she's not here. She's supposed to be there with you.
She's not here.
Well, she left here a little bit ago and said she's going to meet you. Commissioner, is there anything wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Thank you, Mildred. Oh, no.
Yes?
Mr. Halstead, there's a Miss Jennifer Carter here to see you.
Jennifer Carter? Yes, show her right in. I must say, young lady, that seeing you has been quite a shock.
Well, you can imagine how shocked I was to hear about those murders.
Well, it's been a rather tragic turn of events. You know, I'm not sure that if I were in your place that I'd have shown up at all.
Well, under the circumstances, Mr. Halstead, you can understand why. I would appreciate it if you would just expedite matters so I can claim my inheritance and go.
Well, there's not a whole lot that I can do to help you at this point.
Why, what do you mean? The money is mine.
Yes, I know. It's just that... Oh, Commissioner. Jennifer Carter, this is Police Commissioner McMillan.
We've met.
Yes, we certainly have.
As a matter of fact, I'm a house guest of McMillan's right now.
As a matter of fact, I just came over here to take little Jenny home.
Do you know that Mr. Halstead says that he won't give me my inheritance?
I said that I can't, Jennifer.
He's right. Until the murder's solved, the entire state's frozen.
That's right.
Well, we really have to run. Mrs. McMillan is waiting.
Have you met Mrs. McMillan? Mr.
No, I
Halstead?
haven't had the pleasure.
Oh, she is super. She is so sophisticated and so charming and so beautiful.
And totally predictable.
Oh, isn't it just like a husband? Well, I'll be hearing from you, right, Mr. Halstead?
As soon as possible, my dear.
Goodbye, Mr. Halstead.
Goodbye.
Mr. Samuels, since Mr. Halstead is legal counsel and trustee to Wilhelmina's estate, does he have access to the money?
None whatsoever. From the moment of her death, that money was locked. No one but the stated beneficiary can touch a nickel of it.
I see. Should there be no beneficiary, would he have the right to designate which charity the money would go to?
Totally out of his hands. When Wilhelmina Carter died, Halstead relinquished all of his discretionary powers.
I see. Well, thank you, Mr. Samuels. Oh, there is one other thing I'd like you to check for me.
I'd be glad to. Sit down.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Halstead, we've broken the case. Just this morning. Now, under the circumstances, there doesn't seem to be any reason to hold back awarding the estate to its rightful heir. Oh, yes, I'm positive. I have all the proof I need. I'll have Jennifer call you. All right. Who are you?
Rose.
Where's Maggie?
She went to the dentist.
Oh. Locate Sergeant Enright for me immediately. Have him call me. I'm on my way to the airport.
Taking a trip? How nice for you.
Just call, will you please? Tell him I'll be in the helicopter.
Commissioner, what in the hell are...
Going somewhere?
Yeah, for a few days, but that's no reason to try and kill me.
Where are you going?
To Tahoe.
I wasn't sure whether you'd try to run or brazen through another murder.
Now, that's ridiculous. 1 minute why I'm going on a little trip, and the next I'm accused of murder. Be sensible, Commissioner. Why, I haven't got a motive. Shoot, I didn't even know them people. There ain't a way that I could possibly see a penny of that money.
There sure isn't. Because you lost it. You had control of the money before Wilhelmina's death, but you lost that too, her banker told me. Everyone thought the beneficiaries were going around knocking one another off while you were committing murder in order to hide the fact that there was no inheritance at all.
It looked like such a good deal. Of course, there were temporary setbacks, but if she hadn't have died, I'd have got it all back to her. Things just kind of got out of hand.
have everything?
Yeah, and more. This is mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Aunt Agatha?
I'm Mildred.
I'm Jenny.
Are you for real?
Of course. I have some wonderful news. George and I are married.
And poor. Oh, listen, look at them. Young, healthy, in love. Who needs money?
We have that, too.
Not anymore.
Don't worry, Aunt Mildred. George is in oil.
Oil?
May I come in?
Sorry, Commissioner. I'd like you to meet your Aunt Agatha.
Hello.
Hi.
We didn't know about Wilhelmina's death because we were in Europe on our honeymoon.
We eloped.
Eloped? Who eloped?
Jenny did. Oh, George, Jenny, I'd like you to meet Mrs. McMillan.
Hello.
How do you do? You know, you're famous.
So I hear. And I can't wait to find out about everything.
Well, there was this other girl that showed up.
Would you believe I almost got shot? And I just barely escaped a burning boat. Then there was this man who's been romancing me. And he... Oh, Mildred, would you cancel my cab, please, dear? With family here, I'm sure I can arrange to stay another week. Oh, and this man has been romancing me. His name is Miguel. Very handsome. He took me to the Spanish restaurant. It was so romantic.
Cancel her cab, will you?